Hey bosses, Nina here. Today I want to talk to you about how to make money on social media. This is something that I've been doing for a long time. In fact, I don't really think my family knows what I do. I think they just think I play on the internet and make money, which is kind of true, but it's a little bit more or a lot more to it. What I wanted to do is take you through the steps of making money, and I actually have a very special treat for you. One of the ways that you can make money is not only to engage with people online, but to actually take them offline so you can talk to them and sell. So I've actually teamed up with Shayla Boyd Guild to do a series of sales and marketing training, and we're putting it right here on YouTube so you don't have to go anywhere. Just grab your notebook, sit back, grab a cup of tea or some coffee, and let's get started. Okay, so if you're new here, I'm just gonna remind you to like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you have questions, if you want more information, if you know someone who can use this, go ahead and share this. Let's jump into the topic. A lot of people think that in order to make money online, you just post a bunch of stuff on social media, Instagram, get TikTok famous, and then the money comes in. But that's not the truth. What it is you need to know your customer so you can take them through a customer journey. In fact, I have a freebie on how to take people through customer journeys. I'll go ahead and leave the link below. It's at no cost to you, but I'm just gonna touch on it a little bit. What happens is people don't know who you are. They don't know if they can trust you or if they can buy your stuff. So how do you make them know, or how do you let them know that I am the one that's gonna answer all the questions that you have, right? So you have to build that trust. And I know you've heard of know, like, trust. I actually like to say know, like, connect, and trust, because social media allows that social aspect of it. But the way you do that, it actually doesn't start with you. Dun, dun, dun. It starts with your clients. So the first thing that you should write down is know who you're talking to. And I'm not talking about target audience. That's old school marketing terms, right? We still use it, but you need to go a little bit deeper. So think of a bullseye, right? If you have this big old bullseye and you're trying to aim everywhere, of course you're gonna make some sales if you're on the outside. You're gonna make some points, right? But imagine if you get in the middle and you get exactly what you want. A lot of people call this your ideal client avatar. I call it your perfect client profile. You're gonna wanna know what their lifestyle is, what they want, what they need, what questions they're asking, what's frustrating them. In fact, what are they Googling at night, right? So go through an exercise and figure out their age, where they live, do they have kids? It makes a difference. Do they have kids that are in school or kids that are in college? That determines how much time they have, what their lifestyle is. When you talk about your products and your services, you want to actually fit it to one specific person. What that means is when you start doing your social media post, you're allowed to talk to them just like I'm talking to you. So you don't want to talk to, remember that bullseye, you don't want to talk to everyone. You want to talk to that right in the center. You want to hit right in the center. Everyone else will come. But you want to make specific social media content that answers the question of that person. If you don't know who that person is, how are you answering questions? Anyone? Anyone? Right? You want to actually create your perfect client avatar first, then create your content second. So creating content is called content marketing. Content marketing really just means putting content out there to fill the internet that actually answers the question of your perfect client. So if you know that the frustration or desire of your client is something that you can actually solve that problem with your product or service, what you're gonna do is put content out there. So I use a lot of video marketing, so I'll create a video just like this. And think about it. You came to this video either because you searched and found it, or you're part of my community and you know that I'm giving you information that applies to you. So just think, if you're on the internet and you're posting blogs and Pinterest and Instagram and Facebook posts that answers question after question after question for that perfect client, then what happens? Aha, they get to know you. That's building a brand, right? So they know your face, they know your brand colors, they know your personality. They may even like you. In fact, I talked to a client yesterday that's been my client for a long time, and she said, at first I just liked you, so I bought your stuff. Then I started to listen, and I'm like, wait a minute, this stuff actually works, right? So that's what you want for you. You want them to know you, like you, and then trust you, right? And then what happens is when you start to give your offer of something that you're selling, then they've already built a relationship with you, and they're like, oh, that's just Nina. I know she's answered a ton of my questions, so I couldn't imagine what her paid items are, right? But I know that I can trust the information that's going on. So you're using social media really to build that relationship. And the best part of it is that you get to engage and answer questions. So when you're building a brand, it's not about wearing the right colors or saying the right thing. It's really about using social media to create that social interaction with people so they can know you, like you, trust you, and actually connect with you. Now, let's get into the nitty-gritty of how it happens. So even though you're posting on social media, here's the thing, you have to lead people into your customer journey. Again, if you don't know what that is, I'll include a link below and I'll take you through your customer journey. But what you're doing is you're kind of leading them on a map into that pot of gold, right? So basically they start with, hey, who is this person? So you're introducing them, you're giving them answers to questions. The easiest content to create is answering questions. Just answer questions online. Don't tell anybody. Anyways, you answer their questions. They know, like, trust you. But here's the thing. You don't want to keep them on social media. What you're going to do is take them off of social media. The way you do that is getting them on a list. That's what people usually use, mailing list and mailing automation tools. Or you're going to want to get them on a discovery call or sales call. Or you're gonna want them to purchase something. So let's talk about each of those. In fact, the next video in this series is the video I did with Shayla. And usually if you want to have high ticket sales, you're gonna wanna have a conversation. People wanna talk to you before they spend that big money. So I've teamed up with Shayla, and our next video is what is a sales call? How do you use that to actually create money in your company, create cash flow, right? So a discovery call, again, next video, is gonna be what you use to get them off of social media and onto a call with you, okay? The next part is getting them on a mailing list. Now, your mailing list shouldn't just be like a newsletter. Actually, newsletters are kind of boring, right? What you're gonna wanna do is give them value. So remember, you're nurturing this relationship. You want them to like you. You want them to know that they can trust you. So what you're gonna do is give them valuable information. A lot of people do this with newsletters, right? But what they're giving in there is tips, tricks, more information that helps them along their journey. Another thing that you can do is people will put them into a sales funnel or an email funnel. Just to let you know, those can be two different things. But if you go through an email funnel, a lot of times they nurture you through the sale. So maybe they're introducing you to them, what products they have, what they sell, what services they have, the value of it, testimonials, case studies. And it's really just letting you know, hey, you can trust me. So what you do is you take them off of social media and get them onto your list. And that's really a hands-off approach to making money. And the great thing about that is that a lot of times you can sell without even talking to anyone. Through that nurturing, you make them an offer. It could be for a membership, an online course, a workshop like I do, different things, work one-on-one. A lot of times what I do is I actually push them into my group because I'm more concerned about building that long-term relationship. I call that community sales cycle. I put them in my community, and when they're ready to kind of dip in and buy what they need, they can do that, but I know that they're there for life instead of just finding someone online and they see your video once and they're done, right? The other thing I told you about is that you can actually sell them directly. Now, you have to have a relationship with someone to do this online. So maybe they've been watching you for a while, or maybe just go ahead and sell. That's a conversion piece of content. You're converting them to a sale. But what you're gonna do is you can make an offer right there. A lot of people do that with doing webinars and doing an offer. I can do YouTube and do an offer, a video, a blog, any of those. But keep in mind, if you're jumping directly to the sale all the time, you're not really giving valuable information. And if you lose them and they don't want it, then how do you retarget them? Meaning, how do you put information back out to them? How do you actually offer them something else? If they're not on your mailing list, they haven't had a conversation with you, you have no contact information for them, they're gone. So be careful and time out exactly when you're gonna make that offer. Now, next step here is to go over to discovery call. So let me just give you a tip. You use social media, make sure all of your links and information in your descriptions, your posts, always give a call to action, CTA. Tell them where to go. What you're gonna do is tell them, sign up for your mailing list, or go ahead if you wanna talk about this and have a discovery call, go ahead and sign up on my calendar. But here's the thing. There's things that you should do on discovery calls and things that you shouldn't. We're gonna talk about that in the very next video. All right, y'all, that's it. On to the next video. I'll see you over there. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and ask me any questions below. Again, I'm a social person. I'm on social media. I answer questions. I try to get to all the questions. Y'all just have these questions coming. There's so many questions on my YouTube. I just have to tell y'all. But ask them below. I try to get to every single question. Peace.